So now that I have fallen down this rabbit hole, I just jumped onto Twitter's. And I got an alt Twitter where I pretend to be a MAGA guy. And I saw a live. And I am not kidding you. This dude, all these dudes these farmer dudes in there, these farm owner dudes, are saying, well, we thought the blacks would come back and do the jobs because they don't have jobs. Well, I'm sorry to break it to you, but black people have jobs, and you thought you were getting your slaves back is basically what you were saying. That's what you thought. It's still going right now, and I'm not going to post a link to it because I don't want to give these people a voice. But they think they're in a safe space on Twitter. They're not.
So let me get this straight. You all really think once the immigrants got deported, black people are going to show up and start picking crops? You really sat at your dinner table in 2024 and thought slavery was about to come back. This is really hilarious. Let's see what people are saying about this.
Them farmers really thought we was going back to them fields. They really thought we was going back to them fields. You know what? My mother was the first generation on her mother's side not to be brought up on a plantation. Not to be brought up on a plantation. That's what I said. My grandfather had a third grade education, but he left my mama 2 houses, property in the bank, property and money in the bank, with a third grade education. And guess what? He worked in fields. My great grandmother worked in fields and cut that cane just like a man. You hear me? And if you think that Eddie Lewis and Victoria C. Jones and all the rest of my ancestors bust their tail in them fields for us to go back to the fields, absolutely not. That's not progress. We're trying to heal from ancestral trauma. We're trying to heal from that. That ain't happening. That produce could rot in them fields before we go back to them fields. They need to let them know that.
Y'all remember when it was said that we taking all the black jobs? They really thought that we was going to be looking for black jobs, y'all. And I woke up this morning and I was scrolling through TikTok and I saw this guy made a video and I saved it to my favorite so you can go look for it. And he said he was pretending to be MAGA on one of those other apps. He said they were doing a live and the farmers were saying that they thought that the black people would be looking for jobs to work on their farms. Now you gotta be kidding me. Do they think we really looking for farm work? Do they not know that we are educated and we got degrees? And being a farm worker ain't even in the jobs categories that we be looking for. They really don't know how educated some of us are. They don't know how many degrees a lot of us have. They got to be really lost if they think that we want to come and work on their farms. They don't know that our parents and our grandparents growing up wouldn't even let us be outside if it wasn't no shade outside. Do they really think that we gonna work on a farm where ain't no shade trees at? I hate to disappoint y'all, baby, but you gonna have to get somebody else to do it, because we ain't working on nobody's farm. Never. The only way you gonna see black people working on a farm is if they own the farm, because we not working on nobody's farm as no workers. So I hate to disappoint y'all. If y'all thought those was black jobs that black people looking for, honey, you better think again, because black folks that I know got good jobs. We've had a black president, we had a black vice president, we got black senators, we got black congressmen, we got black CEOs, we got black doctors, we got black nurses, we got black psychiatrists, we got a lot of good black jobs. Now I don't know what y'all thought we was gonna be farm workers for. We don't even want to work in the fast food industry. Those jobs, we don't want those kind of jobs. So I hate to disappoint you MAGA people, but we don't do farm work. So get somebody else to do it. Don't like, share, comment, and repost. Drop in the comments y'all education and y'all good black jobs, because they don't think we got good black jobs out here. So we need to let them see it.
That man said he went up on the Twitters and he saw the farmermen, the white farmers, saying that, oh, well, we thought the black folk were going to come back and do the job. He said that they said the blacks. But he said they were convinced that when they started deporting these non-black people of color, right, that we were going to be taking their places back in the fields. Essentially, they thought they were getting their slaves back, right? They thought slavery was going to come back full force. We were going to be like, oh, okay, let's get on back to them fields. Because they don't think black people have jobs. But it makes sense because remember when Trump said they're taking your black jobs? Y'all remember that? Yeah, what do y'all think he meant by that? He meant the people that are in the fields now, right? Which are the Hispanic community, the Latinos. He meant that they were taking our black jobs. See, because he thinks that black people's job is to be up in the field. Yeah, that's right. That's exactly what he thinks. So it all makes sense now. They really thought, these farm owners really thought that black folk, they were going to deport the Hispanics, the Latino community, and that black people were going to go back to the field working for nothing. And they tell us to stop living in the past.
No, we did that for free 250 years. Ain't happening. You looking up the wrong one to do that work. I promise you that. Man, going on those fields working for y'all of all people, that's just like, that brings up ancestral trauma. Going on the field working for y'all. I don't know any kind of amount of money would have. Only time black people probably be cool to work in the farm unless it's owned by a black person. If it's a black farmer, I don't think we have an issue because there's no ancestral trauma there. But looking up and seeing the folks in the farm and just sitting there watching black folks work, like, oh, no. We just, no. You understand? So, ma'am, you want black and brown because you're in trouble. And that's even more offensive because when there wasn't, well, there always been troubles, but when you wasn't in trouble, you didn't want to hear talk about no black and brown. Black folks, listen, no.
I just seen a guy come from Twitter and say that the white farmers was upset because they thought that the black people was going to be out there in the fields. You better get your mom, your daddy, your auntie, your brother, your sister, your uncle, whoever the fuck else, because black people are not fucking coming out there. Are y'all fucking?
The idea that black labor would step in to replace exploited immigrant workers isn't just offensive, it's historically ignorant. This system was built on our backs and we are not about to repeat that same chapter, and these are the consequences of the choices you all made. I'm Macy, thanks for watching, and if you're into honest conversation that makes you think, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I'll catch you on the next one.